On March 17, 2020, the Ontario government forced the closure of all restaurants and bars, an unprecedented move that left business owners fearful and frustrated. Although they were allowed to remain open for takeout only, the next several months would prove extremely difficult for entrepreneurs like Thompson.
I almost gave up hope, actually. And yeah, it was tough. Like, I had a little breakdown, and yeah, I almost had a little breakdown, and my wife saw me collapse, and yeah, it was really tough because we almost gave up what we worked for in the whole 3 years. Because I've got 2 kids, and of course, you know, you got a mortgage and you got all this other stuff. So I'm really lucky because broke down over an evening, had a discussion with my wife about where we travel, what do we do, how do we pivot, and how can we afford to make it happen.
So tell me about business before the pandemic.
It was growing steadily, for sure. We had a clientele base that was growing. We were seeing an upswing in sales week after week, and I was employing 5 amazing employees, 3 full-time, 2 part-time, and things were going smooth. Things were going smoothly.
And then the pandemic hit. How's that affected you immediately?
Well, I had to let go of all my staff, so it's been hard. It's like going all the way back to being a startup. I do everything. It's pretty hard. I mean, I'm daddy daycare as well, so I have to be with my kids during the day, and then I come back and I do the prep at night. I do all the administrative work, all the phone calling. We just got a phone call just now, actually, and I couldn't pick it up because, you know, and the other part of it is that we have to keep things safe, and so, you know, we're doing nothing but prepping, or we're doing nothing but cooking. Yeah, so since COVID hit, we went from thousands of dollars in sales a week to we saw an immediate drop. We closed down for about a month just to kind of refocus and figure out what else we're going to do. And it's been gradually going back up again, but we're still at a loss, that's for sure. And I can't afford to hire back my staff quite yet. I got 4 hours left.
Expand on that. You got 4 hours to do it.
Oh, I have 4 hours to get ready for service. Service starts in 4 hours at 5 o'clock, and it's just myself. It gets a little terrifying. So we release our menu every Tuesday. It usually sells out in about 2 days. Again, we're trying to keep it really, really small so that we can provide a safe experience for our customers. Basically, pre-order, prepay, e-transfer. We give them a time every half hour. There's about 5 cars that come out. Everybody pops their trunk. Everybody's lined up. I run out with all of the food at the same time, and we put it in the trunk. Nobody's outside of their car. They close the trunk. I run back in. No touching. No nothing. And then it's the next half hour again. So it's just cook, stop, deliver, come back in, redo it again. So, and between every half hour delivery, we're also wiping down everything because we also have people who are vegetarians, who are also gluten-free, and not only gluten-free, but celiac. And we want to make sure that they have the same experience as everybody else. Yeah, so when I say we, that really means me. It's all by myself. But it's a habit for me because when we have staff here, I want them to have ownership of the company as well, right? I want to make sure that they feel like they have a little bit of ownership in what they do. I'm not gonna lie, I've had sleepless nights. I think every business owner who cares is gonna have the same reaction. You know, I have those certain nights where I stay awake just thinking about what I'm gonna do the next week, next day, whether or not what I did was right. But I think every entrepreneur who cares about their business, which I think is, you know, 99%, are gonna have those sleepless nights from time to time, just thinking about the future. Yeah, my biggest fear, honestly, is the second wave. I think once we have a solution to the coronavirus, which would be a vaccination, I think we're not out of the weeds. I think we've always got to stay nimble for the next, I'm going to say, year or two. So we're trying to keep everything really tight. We don't have inventory sitting around because we just don't know if we're going to sell it. And at this point in time, our largest expense, like everybody else, is our rent. And because we have no labor costs at the moment, it's manageable for now. We have the best customers. We have the best clientele. We have majority of our patrons are return customers. We have a lot of people ordering almost every week. And that's the only reason why we're still here, because we have these dedicated folks who do believe in local, who believe in pasture raised, who believe in quality, who believe in, the quality not quantity. And so and oftentimes we have a lot of people giving us more than we want or need tip in terms of tip wise. So we've actually taken the opportunity to donate to St. John's Kitchen as well. So with my kids under tow every day, that's my main focus. I can't focus on work, and so my wife works full time, and with that means that we are basically working opposite hours because I have to keep track of my kids. I have to help them do a little bit of online studying. At the same time, she's working full time. She's taking a little bit of overtime. She's a frontline worker. She's a nurse. And so in terms of our time together, that's her and myself. We don't really see each other. We just kind of two ships in the night.
And I think you gotta hit rock bottom to see that there is hope. There's other opportunities when one door shuts and another one opens, and we find ourselves here, of course, where we're just not sitting back. We're taking that entrepreneurial spirit, and we're gonna fight it head on, and really work to grow and make what seemed the death of a company to something greater and bigger post-COVID.